Hi guys, welcome to my March wrap up. I'm hoping that I can actually film this because I can hear some chitter chatter from a different house, so hopefully you can hear me fine and you're not listening to anything there. But I read 17 books in March, which is insane, and I'm not used to reading that much, so we're going to go through those. I have my handy dandy planner as per. And we're just going to go through the books that I've read. So like I said, I read 17 books. I read 6,490 pages. I read 8 print books, 9 ebooks, and 6 audiobooks. I do tend to tandem between audio and physical, so those might have been thingy. Please ignore my hair as well, please. Sorry. Of those books, 8 of them were new to me, 4 were rereads, 8 of them were borrowed, and 7 of them were owned. That's clearly wrong, because I read more books than that. 9 of them were owned, not 7. Please forgive me. But yeah, I'm going to go through all of my books, and yeah, as per, they will be going here because I do not have the spoons to get the physical ones. If I'm being perfectly honest, I was not going to film this today. I have been doom scrolling for about 3 hours on TikTok, and I suddenly got like a little bit of a burst of energy, so I thought, you know what, try and film. If it doesn't go to plan, it doesn't go to plan. So I put clothes on. I was in pajamas, and I put clothes on just to do this. So you are welcome. I don't know why I'm talking like this. So the first 5 I'm going to talk about as a collection, and that is the October faction. These are graphic novels that I found on Kindle Unlimited. The day that I read these was a day that I was very, very struggling mentally, and I needed something to like keep myself going, and these were what I read. So I read 1 to 5. Those are the only ones out there, and it is essentially about it's kind of like the Addams Family meets Supernatural. It's very, very interesting. It's very weird. I kind of loved it. It was kind of ridiculous, but I kind of loved it. We follow this family who go through dealing with the supernatural, and that's about it. I don't really want to tell you much because it's spoilers, and I read all 5 of them on the same day, so I can't differentiate, but they were fun. I gave all of these 3 stars, so you can kind of imagine they were a fun read, but they weren't very like memorable or anything like that. The next book I read was Dungeons and Drama. I have spoken about this on my channel a little bit. This was for my D&D magical readathon, my magical vlog, and this is about a girl who is obsessed with musicals and a boy who works in her dad's game shop, and she does something that ends up with her having to work off a little bit to kind of as a punishment, and she ends up fake dating the boy, and it's a cute YA romance, and I gave this book 5 stars. It was so cute. It had so many D&D references, but not, I would have liked a little bit more D&D, but it was like enough that it got me through. But it also had like so many musical references that was just fantastic. I really, really enjoyed it. It had a lot of heart. It was really, really cute. The friendships in this book are fantastic. I really, really enjoyed it. And as I said in my D&D vlog, it's really nice to have a D&D book that isn't based on misogyny, because you find a lot in YA contemporary D&D books that it is a lot of misogyny in it, and this one just didn't have that, which was great. The next book that I read was The Mighty Knight Origins Forged Stone. Becca got me this because I was feeling a little bit sad about things. This was the start of the month. A lot went down at the start of the month, and she was very, very kind in buying me just a little bit of something to pick me up, and I truly appreciate that girl so much. She is incredible, and I absolutely adore her. This was really sad. I really, really love this book. This is the origin of one of the characters from Critical Role Campaign 2, and this was incredible. It was so cute. It was really, really sad in a very, very different way to what I was expecting. I did not expect to feel so sad for Ford, and yeah, I did, and I really enjoyed it. The art style is incredible. one of my favourite volumes from the Mighty Nine Origins. There's been a few letdowns, but I really love this art style. I'm starting to realise just how much I love the art style for these ones, and just so good. It was a 5-star, if I didn't already say. The next book I read was Till Death Do Us Bard by Rose Black. This is about a barbarian who settled down with a bard, and then suddenly something happens and he loses his husband, and you go on an adventure. It has unicorns and necromancers and a lot of things they did not expect. This was adorable. This was almost a 4-star, and then there was something at the end of this book that just like warmed my heart so much that this got a 5-star. It's a very cute, cozy fantasy with a little bit more to it. It's really, really, really cute. I really enjoyed this book. If you want full thoughts on it and stuff like that, please feel free to go to my magical vlog. This is also for the magical vlog, and I have no spoilers on that as well, so I kind of have more articulate thoughts on it as I was reading them. And yeah, no spoilers at all, I promise. The next book I read was 6 Scorched Roses, which is really hard to say. This is a novella by Chris Broadbent. This goes between The Serpent and the Wings of Night and The Ashes and the Starcast King. And this was a 4-star. I really enjoyed it. It was something a little bit fun. It wasn't anything too crazy. It brought some information to the world without being too overbearing and things like that. And I really, really enjoyed it. It was not my favourite thing I've read, and it was, I would have liked a little bit more fleshed out, but for like a really, really quick and easy novella, I think it really, really worked. And like I said, it brought something forward for the continuation of the series, and it really, really worked. I really enjoyed it. The next book I'm going to talk about is The Devil Makes Three. This is a book about 2 teenagers in a very, very prestigious boarding school. Neither of them really fit in other senses of like, they have like a lot going on behind the scenes, and they're only doing things in a certain way to like mask those things. And one day they find this book and invite a dark presence. This was a really, really good book. I really enjoyed it. This was going to be a 4 mainly because of the audiobook. I've said this on multiple occasions. I really enjoyed the book, but the audiobook, it was a dual narrator, and one of the narrators was just, it was supposed to be a teenage boy, and it sounded like a guy in his 50s, and it didn't do it for me. However, the very end of this book swapped it from like a high 4-star to a 5-star. It was so good. I'm still thinking about that in the end of that book. So good, so good. I really, really enjoyed it. I cannot wait to read more by Tori Bovolino. I'm so excited. The next 2 books are going to be going together, and this is Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. We did a live show about this not long ago, and this I did as a tandem read. This is the first time I've done a tandem read by Sarah J. Maas. This is of course a reread, but I read these together. I think that I would never do this again as a reread. I would never do a tandem reread, but it was really interesting to kind of continue with it and kind of see what exactly it was that came to this book and what it would be like as a single book. However, I didn't like how it was broken up. I don't think that it worked as well as it could have. Yeah, I still love it, but I do think that I prefer them separately. I do. Yeah. The next book that I read was The Ashes and the Starcast King. I adored this book. I do not know what it is about Carissa Broadbent's writing, but she writes stuff that really speaks to me. It really, really does. I think that she's going to become an obsession. I'm going to be trying some more of her books this month, at least one of them. And I'm so excited to try something new by this author, to see if it's just like this series that I love, or if she's going to become an auto-buy author, because I genuinely think she might. I also bought very, very beautiful like Fairy Loot copies of these 2 books, the first one and the second one, and I'm so hyped to get those. Like, I love these books. This was the sequel to The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I'm not going to tell you too much about it because it would be spoilers, but it was 5-star. I cannot wait, and I know that there's more in this series coming. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. The next book was another reread, and this was The City of Brass. So there is a readathon or a read-along going on with this, and I decided to take part. I have only read the first one. I want to read the series. I have all of the books apart from like the novella, and I was like, I should read the series. So I picked up the first one and I reread it. This was a 4-star again. I think that there was something missing from this series, that I really enjoyed the series, but there is just a little something missing from this series that I don't know what it is, but I cannot wait to continue this. This is about our main character who she is a con artist in Cairo, and one day she accidentally summons a djinn and she has to go to the City of Brass. It's really good. I've really enjoyed it, but it was just a little bit there was just something missing. I'm hoping that it continues into the second book and it kind of finds its spark, because I really enjoyed it and I will continue the series. But there's just a little bit of something that I'm missing from this book. The next book is potentially my most disappointing of the month, and that is Empire of the Damned by J. Kristoff. Now, I still give this a 4-star. I really enjoyed this book, but there was something really lacking in this book for me. And I don't want to go into what it is, and I don't want to go into the reason that I did not like this one as much, because I don't want to colour anyone's expectations and I don't want to colour anyone's thoughts on this book. But I didn't love this book as much as I wanted to. I still really enjoyed it. It was really good. I only cried like once or twice. I did not cry as much as I thought I would. The characters are incredible. But there was one or two things that there was just a couple of things that I did not love, and I think were a real miss for me in this book, and it's really sad that that's happened. I will still continue. I want to know what happens at the end of this series, but I don't think this is going to be my favourite Kristoff series, and it's really sad because I really enjoyed book 1. The next book I read was another reread, and this was Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. I wanted to get this one over and done with last month, because in April I have so much to read for Tomes and Treasures that I was like, I don't want to carry this over, and I wanted to read the next Sarah J. Maas book in this month. So I picked this book to read last month. So there was a lot of Sarah J. Maas this month. And it was 5-star. I adore this ending. I really like it. I love Sarah J. Maas. I love her books. And I think she did I think it's such a good ending. It is one of my favourite endings to a series. I think it wraps everything up really well. And it's just fantastic. It's really good. Kingdom of Ash was 5 stars, by the way. I did not say that. The final book that I read was The Letdown of the Year, and this, no, it wasn't actually, because I just picked it up on a whim. I wanted something quick and easy to read at the end of the month. I was like, I'm not ready to finish reading, but I couldn't go on to any of my Tomes and Treasures books, so I was like, what can I read? And I picked this. This is Kingdom of Blood and Salt, and this was a Kindle Unlimited book that I'd seen on TikTok or I'd seen somewhere, and it looked interesting, and it was a 2-star. It was really convoluted. It was too basic in some senses, but it was also too complicated in other senses. I couldn't give you a plot of this because I still don't really know what's happened. I was explaining it to Becca because I was reading it at hers, and I was explaining it to Becca, and she literally looked at me and went, "You've just told me the plot of like 3 different books." And I was like, yeah. There was nothing exciting about this book, unfortunately. I'm really sad. I really wanted to enjoy it. I wanted the last book of the month to be good. It was a Kindle Unlimited book. It is what it is. But yeah, I think that is it. My favourite book of the month would probably be Ashes and the Starcast King. I really enjoyed that book. I enjoyed most of the books that I read, to be fair. Yeah, I think that is it. I think that's all I'm going to talk about in this wrap up. Yeah, if you've read any of these books, please let me know. And if there's anything that you agree with or disagree with, please let me know. Sorry that this is really, really chill and that I'm a bit like bleh. Like I said, I had no spoons until a little while ago, and I genuinely did not think I was making this video. I wanted to. I've been planning to do it all day, and then I got home and I've just curled up. So I'm very like spacey and a bit weird, but I suddenly got like half a spoon and I was like, do you know what? Go and make the video. Go and at least try. And so that's why I'm here. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye guys.